with these BPs.
Okay, it's Ban Pick. It's game number 2. Let's see how this one will go. RNT has priority. They have taken out the Dharma as well as the Yuan. I've seen some great games how this combo is just so deadly. You can't move. It's like Medusa staring right at you. So better not get into that situation because IMP as well taking out the power picks right now, especially in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, we saw there that I was thinking maybe, just maybe, they don't ban out the Dolio and it goes over to RNT, but because they're not on the blue side, Imp was like, no, let's not give it over. They do go over the Ali, which was on the side of Imp last game.
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed from Revenant is that they had a lot of success with some, you know, not exactly the meta drafts.
Yeah.
They had an Athena strat in their back pocket. They used Sun Tzu to like its extremes, and it seems like they were kind of shaken in the first matchup that they had, where the Sun Tzu didn't really pop off. So they were kind of had an off day. But I think that they need to go back to the drawing board in the sense of just, hey, what got us here? Let's continue to play that.
I think that's a good thought, right? Like, go back to the roots. Again, they have nothing to lose. The pressure is off, and if they just can play on their own way of doing things, has the way like how they started here in HOK, I think that could be a good sign of change.
Yeah, good side of change here as well for the side of Impunity. We have the Dune coming through as well as the Lady Sun. So another big pick. Oh, he has reared himself onto the Gorge. It is Liang, the man with the suppression and the books that deal damage.
Yeah, always there's knowledge in there's power in knowledge.
Yes.
So if you have Liang as well with you, so this actually sums up like, yeah, you have frontline, suppress, as you've mentioned, and slow and crowd control. But how about protecting our lane? I know our lane needs space, as we always say here in the desk, it needs a lot of space. But Liam, I hope this would be a great complement together with the Musashi as well.
Yes, the Ming and Lady Sun combo is pretty deadly, and we've seen it already plenty of times within KC 2024, right? It is that hyper carry potential into the farm lane, a very sticky duo when it gets onto the Gorge. But let's look at these next few bans rolling through. We have the Mayin and the Byron, so both heavily clash lane orientated bans, and once more the lane does get taken off as well. So Dharma not coming out to play today, a lane neither, and Byron being taken off, so maybe we will see a little bit back to basics with the Sunset.
Yeah, I think they're basically covering the tracks here for the Ming and Lady Sun combo to work. You don't want that backline engine with that at Sunset. You don't want the Mayin as well. And that kind of crowd control, quick reaction is kind of like so hard for the early game for the Lady Sun to handle. You just want to just stay relaxed and chill on how they can amp up this Lady Sun too. So the Lady Jeanne, yeah, I think one of which, either Lady Jeanne or Princess Frost, is actually the great counter for an Arlie, mainly because of the flowings as well as the first skill of this hero. It can actually mean deal down. Yep, it's the Princess Frost going for IMP. Either that.
Yes, it's great zoning mechanics for the Princess Frost. A lot of nuke damage as well as we get towards the late game. But if this is going to be anything like game 1 for Impunity, it looks like they might not want to even get to the late game. They might just want to get Lady Sun very fed up with the itemization, with the gold, and then just use Dune with the Unruly Blades, just be able to cut through your enemy team.
Ooh. Angela. Well, yeah, it could be a counter for a Princess Frost, but okay. Going back on the field as well. So we see two great possible changes for RNT. I know we've seen them like the same staple counter. I love that they're adding flavor to their own possible way of getting back for this game alone. Guan Yu, it's a better option now in the Clash if you want to immobilize everybody in a very team fight heavy stationary team fights.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of the Guan Yu, right? You're able to kind of dictate where your enemy team goes thanks to the pushes and the shoves. You can kind of push them into your turret or push them out of theirs, so they have no safe space to sit nicely, get breath, and go back at it again. You are basically denying that access to any kind of relaxation or moments to think.
Wow, full-on damage and full support for IMP. This is like a trust, a full trust on this composition that they can actually do against RNT. Again, they have crowd control, yes, they have immobilize too, but it has a time. It has a time to actually work. So if Impunity really does a really good job in early game power spikes, this could mean something, right? And this will really put pressure on RNG to build defenses across the map.
Yes, a lot of pressure, right? I mean, the Angela didn't quite hit as well, like we said in the post games of Game 1, there was no real setup, and the only setup you're really going to have with this one is the Liang, but you have got to get quite close.
Time to go.
We're about to find out how the adjustment will go for Revenant. This is a game that you will just really have to check on where you could do your power spike in this lineup. Let's see how this goes. Early game pressure as well against Impurity here.
Yeah, they're trying to stop the Princess Frost here, trying to get a little bit more upcomings into the mid lane, giving the ball over to the Arlie, and nobody's taking it one side.
Oh, so much damage. Tenmo flashing away. He's going to stay alive, but my gosh, this Ming Lady Sun combination is starting to do some damage. Lin Feng will actually take the red.
Yeah, look at that. Almost like a four-man rotation here at the RNT's camp, and really putting pressure. Tenmo's on half HP. Somebody could actually jump potentially, but look at that. Charlotte Rex here is being chased down by 3. The guy's in the motorcycle, by the way.
Yeah, a bit of an unfair advantage, right? He has 2 wheels in this case, not 4 legs like he normally does on his normal skin. But he's able to get there, and okay, we are seeing a bit of a 1v1 between X-Hero and Seira, but nothing really going on up into the clash lane. A little bit too early, not a lot of itemization to actually claim the kill on either of these heroes.
Yeah, to add more to Seira as well, they're sticking to the playstyle. They're sticking to the identity, like, okay, if you want to do mobility as early as possible, this is like map control that you want to pull off. Like, since game number 1, we've seen the Liu Bang pick, but for the Guan Yu pick, I hope this will have an advantage against the Charlotte. You have damage, yes, but if you do aid everybody to just go and gank your lanes, this could mean something for RN to just push, like, dictate fights as well in the map.
Yeah,
Bottom lane, Tenmo taking some damage. Megumi doing a little bit of work up with those rolling raids, just kind of just knocking him out. And being ultimate shell as well. Sarah looking for the right angle, pushes him back with a nice heroic charge. Lin Feng up front, does get the wind slash though, and he's been knocked up though. Sarah continue to fight, but he's gonna give up first blood. Lin Feng will take this one, but YH gets him in return. Megumi has joined the fight. YH limps away.
Yeah, a lot of limping away from that one, and even into their own jungle, right? They weren't in enemy territory, they were behind their own lines. But again, we see that it is going to be a bit of a trade for the first one, so a little bit of an improvement for RNT, but not in terms of the goal.
Yeah, going back on the focus as well, the farm lane. Arlie,
Raven getting focused in here. He's got going the wrong way, but the list that we tried to dance around it, but he got stoned cold with the winter is here.
Why did he go back? Oh, that was really a bad spot to go back to, you know? Raven and the zone out by the winter is here by Shaolin, a perfect way to seal the exit. Yeah, no one's going home safe.
Yeah, it's a great little bit of intel from Xiaolin, right? He's like, hey, I can see the parasol, it's clear as day.
Red
and
team has
no matter how strong
destroyed
your
a
parasol
tower.
is, it's not going to stop shards of ice coming down onto you, and that's what was able to claim the kill onto the Arlie. Raven takes the second death for RNT right now. We see that the neutral objectives are going to be up in about 50 seconds time, but itemization-wise, we see the magic penetration from the Princess Frost. We have the health item within the jungle for the Dune and the Musashi, and we kind of see the meteors being built here on both Charlotte and the Lady Sun, so that armor piercing coming through could go even into Axe of Torment, which is more likely for Charlotte, or Starbreaker as well.
Yeah, this is going to be the Mask of Agony being prioritized by Shaolin, which would aid a lot of pressure for the Arlie. And looking at the passive of the Magic Wave, additional magic damage, as you can see, that's why IMP right now is really confident to rotate as early as possible, because RNT right now is not having the right defenses of items to go ahead and give a counter back.
Yeah, no counter back just yet, and you can kind of see the gold. He's still going over to Impunity, but hey,
YH gets a duel to the death, knocks him up, but instead he decides to go for Lin Feng, pushing him back with the Razor Cavalry, the heroic charge, and they push him under a tower, and they take him down, but Tenmo did go down in the end.
Blue team has slain an enemy.
Actually, no, that was
Red
a
team
1-2
has
trade,
destroyed a tower.
Like the one of the counters, if you were like an Angela up against a Princess Frost, you do have the ultimate, yeah, you have the instinct, but you need to connect the Chaos Sims in the right perfect situation.
Oh, Sarah going in for this heroic charge, pushes him back. Megumi, they're just going to shrug it up. They do have the heals.
Yeah, they need to be careful where to position here, because Impunity, the zone, and the area on where they can really fight is just too hard to handle. If they really start with their windows here most of the time, it's a complete zone out, and it's slow, and we haven't seen the Liam being up front just yet. It kind of like negates the fact that, yep, you have magic damage, but you have to also make way for the slow in order for your team to cross the kind of situation.
Yeah, but I mean, we're kind of seeing right now Impunity do the same old song and dance. They have priority in the Gorge right now. So 2 T1s are taken down both on the side lanes, and the T2 up into the Clash lane is looking pretty low. So RNT need to give that a little bit of a TLC.
Tyrant has been defeated.
And as they want to prioritize damage here, this will really have a big advantage for push as well. Even though this is not enhanced Vanguard just yet, this would just still be a chance for them to fight back and continuously gain a tower out of Impunity, because right now, it's still standing strong.
I mean, it's not an equal trade, right? I mean, this turret, it means more than the
Red
Overlord,
team
because that Overlord
has
can have a
destroyed
Vanguard,
a tower.
give them more gold.
Oh, he gets knocked off. Soaring Great Dragon, Razor Cavalry, not yet. Sarah getting a little bit low, but it looks like they've got Lin Feng all the way in the back line. YH continuing on, gets the second pick off on a Megumi, and then now they're on the run. WJ taking a lot of damage. X0 did some, but now YH turning this around. Raven is going to be there as well, but can they do this 2 versus 3? It doesn't look like it. YH is down. Raven just wants that one kill. He does get one on his way up.
Slain an
Man,
enemy.
if you were Harley, you would really want to prevent those moments, but that situation, RNT literally overstayed.
Yeah, overstayed their welcome. It was RNT, even though they were in their own lanes and it was their lane to beat. Stayed as long as they wanted to, but not the situation
Destroyed a
themselves.
tower.
It was in the control that.
Going back on this replay, this was the angle. We had a great first right onto one, but this was like the composed situation of having a Ming on your side. But it was like the second one to go. But this is like everybody's a low on HP, and they have more ways to extend the team. But it was still here, being trapped on a situation, and the fight
Oh,
continues.
Tenmo, and it looks like WJ Raven all down for the count. Sarah getting focused. It's going to try to fight this one out, but all 5 members are down for Revenant.
Yeah, it's a bit of a revenge tour, right? Impunity is like, right, okay, you got a few good kills on us in an early engage, but now we're just going to completely run you down. And look at taking this T2 into the mid lane, as well as we can see X0
Red
in the
team.
clash.
Yes, Sarah on the
Destroyed
motorcycle.
a
He's like,
tower.
we ride together, we die together. Unfortunately, they died.
Yeah, really not a good way to start a long road trip, right? But this is like an IMP, continuing to rise up. And that is the chance they wanted to against RNT right now. But Impunity, with the dominance they had, no turrets taken as well. And the turret,
Red
the
team
T3
has
turret,
destroyed a
slowly
tower.
taken
Red
too, as well as
team
the T2
has
up top.
destroyed a tower.
Yes, T2 up top against getting taken down, but also the more important one, that high ground turret in the mid lane. Now we can see Imp are looking to try and take another
Red
high ground
team
turret from them.
has
RNT
On the
destroyed
backside, they do have the duel to the death. YH continuing to fight Raven, getting a little bit low. He's going to be killed. And offenses as well. And Sarah pushing him back. He's going to look to fight this, just
Red team
control
has
them.
slain
Give
an
YH a little
enemy.
bit of space,
Red
but it's
team
going to be too
unstoppable.
disjointed, too
Red
much.
team has
And they're not
slain
able to
an
do it
enemy.
with Sarah
Red
going
team
down,
has
and they've
slain
taken
an
YH as
enemy.
well. And Tenmo had survived. It's going to be a 1 versus 4. He throws out those searing cinders, and he's trying to keep himself alive. But Tenmo, he gets gone on, and he's going to be focused, and Shaolin will take that kill. They've got the ace. They're going to take down the base, and Impunity do it in style. They take game 2.
Yes.
And they won the race.
They won the race. I mean, the ride together, die together. There was more dying than riding, right? So more like a journey to the afterlife rather than a journey into your favorite destination.
Yeah, guys, if you want to plan ahead, be sure to have insurance.
Yes.
You don't know what's going to happen ahead. But that kind of a dominating start by Impunity, yeah, I hope this kind of thing they had throughout HOKC can really turn things around as they go back and fight once more.
Yeah, Impunity winning 2-0. They have the right to check in first at the airport.
Oh, right. Well, it's as they say in an international fight, be early like 4 hours. So, yes, you have unexpected things hopping your way.
Yes, a lot of unexpected things as well. So we'll be hearing from the host very, very soon on the MVP interview from Impunity. But for now, we are just going to be waiting until that moment. And again, that was just another clean 2-0, right?
Yeah, but where was this? Where was this Impunity that we've been looking for, man? They had a way to take out BSE last night, but it was like a